With the bowl game win under our belts, let's go ahead and look at the finish of play in season 2. First, statistics for Nebraska. Dylan, much better in season 2. TD interception ratio 23-14. Throws for over 3K. We like to see that. Missed the running stats, but we do have the receiving stats. Still didn't have a receiver break 1K, but Lloyd breaks 800 with 6 TDs. Coleman on the other side, 7 touchdowns. Defensively, Cam with 5.5 sacks on the season, the only player with more than 5. More pressure in season 1, but not what we're trying to get to. In terms of fumbles, we recovered 8 this season. Didn't think we'd recover that many. Definitely didn't feel that way, but you'll take the good with the bad. In terms of INTs, Hartzog leading the team with 4. Decent amount of interceptions, again, more than season 1, even getting the linemen involved. Defensive touchdowns, altogether 8. We'll take that. Hartzog, 3 house calls. Is he also recovering 2 fumbles? So solid season for him. In the kicking game, Tristan, 13-16, so 81%. In totality, that's not a terrible percentage. The problem is where the misses came from. Under 30 yards. 3 misses. Of course, that Penn State game is going to be tough to get over, but his misses were definitely costly. Got to get points when you're that close. Speaking of points, kick return game, Lloyd, our speedster, does not run back a kick return as long as it was 29 yards, but he does run back a punt. The only special teams TD of the season, 69 yards. We'll take that. Hopefully that will improve next season. Defensively, we want to go back there for a second. We had 2 guys with over 100 tackles. Rather be linebackers than safeties, but I'll take it nonetheless. Now let's look at the playoff bracket. We get to the final 8. So Ohio State beats UCF, close game. Texas A&M beats Ohio. USC squeaking by Kentucky. UAB squeaking by Miami. Big one there. So that's your final 8. And from there, we get to 4. Ohio State getting blown out by Georgia, 45-28. Texas A&M winners over Penn State. Thank you. 42-31. USC rolls against VTech, and then Cincinnati versus UAB, 20-17. Looks like a good game. So we have a Final 4. On one side, Texas A&M versus Georgia, and Texas A&M. Pretty easy win, 42-20. They were up 28-10 at the end of 3. Turnovers close, but ultimately the lack of a run game for Georgia does them in. So Texas A&M will be in the championship game on one side. Will it be on the other side? USC, just enough in the second half. They win the second half 14-7, and they ultimately win 31-21. Run game non-existent for Cincinnati, and Mr. Moss doing work, passing for 205 in this one. So to set up our championship game here, USC and Texas A&M, you can see the overall in favor of the SEC team. +2 on the overall, +4 on the offense, but the result, a beatdown. The Big Ten wins again, 49-24. Dominance. Both teams efficient enough in the run game, but ultimately turnovers played a big factor in this one. +3 for USC, and that's going to go a big way to them getting the win. And you see the star, Mr. Miller Moss, passes for almost 350 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, total domination. So the Big Ten in season 2, another champion, outclassing the SEC and Texas A&M. The Big Ten 2 for 2 so far in this dynasty. What is ahead for Nebraska? We'll have to see. Hopefully season 3 will continue to get better. Squeak into a bowl game. Good season. The arrow is up for the Huskers.